And now let's keep it going with some macros. Kevin Warsh has been Fed chair for just over 6 weeks. And already there's a visible split at the top of the world's most powerful central bank. At a Bank of Italy conference in Rome, Governor Christopher Waller pushed back on Warsh's signature reform. The Fed governor did so gently but clearly. Waller said, "Guidance can be a valuable tool that has significantly strengthened policy making," but he also said it's more art than science. And there have been times when it has hindered rather than helped. The Fed's new boss, Warsh, has already stripped forward guidance language from the Fed's post-meeting statement. And last week in Portugal, he dismissed rate outlook questions as little better than a parlor game. However, Governor Waller deferred on being rigid on the Fed's guidance function. He pointed to September 2021 when the Fed signaled tightening ahead before the first-time actual hike, effectively front-loading policy transmission by roughly 6 months. Back then, immediately after the guidance, the U.S. two-year Treasury yield jumped nearly 2%. But Waller conceded Warsh's core point too. He called out the FOMC's rigid September 2020 guidance, tying rate liftoff to vague, backward-looking employment and inflation conditions. That guidance boxed the Fed in through 2021 and delayed hikes it should have made sooner. So this isn't Warsh versus Waller on whether guidance failed. It's a fight over degree and over the Fed's operating philosophy going forward. Waller drew a sharper line between forward guidance and a reaction function, telling markets what the Fed will do once data comes in versus committing to a path before the data arrives. His view is, if the reaction function is clear, the Fed barely needs to talk at all. The market context matters here because last month's dot plot showed 9 of 18 Fed officials expecting at least one more hike this year. The committee is genuinely split on whether inflation or employment is the bigger risk. That's exactly the kind of environment where ambiguous guidance turns into market volatility. So has Warsh set a precedent, or is his own board already unwinding it? Neither yet. What's happening is a live public negotiation over how much a modern Fed should say, and Waller just put his marker down.
Well, Jeff,